I'd like to call the meeting to order of the Board of Leavenworth County Commissioners. I'd like to invite everyone to stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to start with a moment of silence. And a roll call. Commissioner Cos, Culberson, and Smith are present, as long as elect Commissioner Shimke. And is there anyone else from any of the cities? We have Ken Miller here from Lansing. I believe that's about it. We'll open up our public comment portion of the meeting. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come forward and state your name and address or district. Seeing none, we'll close that portion of the meeting. Public comment is now closed. We'll move on to administrative business.
One item that was on last week's agenda that was pulled off was a payment to Lexico. That will be added on. I did ask the clerk to bring up a copy of it because it wasn't included with the current check register. So that'll be handled separately from the consent agenda. Just wanted to remind everybody it was on last week, but wasn't approved because there wasn't an ability to get 2 votes on it.
Okay.
That's all I
Is there
have.
any other administrative business? Okay. I just mentioned that we have 2 commissioners coming. The NACO discussion, we were going to make a decision when the other 2 commissioners came on board. Well, they'll make sure they'll get all the information on NACO. It's been, what, a month since Mr. Malm was here?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I have. Any other? All right. The consent agenda. Has commissioners had a chance to look at everything on the consent agenda?
I did. I had a question. Did they, since I wasn't here, did you guys talk about the meetings when people come up to speak, setting a time limit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we come up with a time
Yes.
and procedure? Was it 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was there any discussion over making that longer, like 10 minutes?
No.
Okay. Because if I was here, I was going to suggest 10 minutes and try to settle on 5. So I didn't know if we could talk about that again.
Well, we can bring it up and talk about it again. We can put it back on the agenda, I guess, and we can talk about it.
Okay.
Fine.
I'd like to do that.
Okay.
That's all I had. Everything else is fine.
Any other questions on the consent agenda? And I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? I just have one thing to point out. There was a vehicle purchased, and it wasn't local, but I'm sure it's a specialized vehicle. It'd be something that was purchased off a procurement contract for, I'm assuming it's for a sheriff or somebody that has a specialized vehicle.
It is the sheriff.
Okay. So just want to make sure we do support local businesses, but there's some times when there's a specialized vehicle that's purchased through a nationwide procurement contract that they just can't compete with the 5%. But all right. Any further discussion? Voting?
Aye.
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 All right. We'll move on.
Undo that.
Last week, with Commissioner Culbertson gone, we did have one purchase order for Lexico that Commissioner Cos did abstain from, that she wanted that to be brought back this week to to have 3 commissioners available to vote on this. It is a purchase order for Lexico for some asphalt millings, and it was part of the consent agenda last week, $547. So we would just need approval to move ahead with the payment to Lexico with a vote.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve that bill.
I make a motion that we approve that Lexico bill from last week.
I have a motion, and I'll second it. Any further discussion? Voting?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, we'll take care of that. Can I go ahead and talk about this a minute? Yesterday, we did have the election for the new 4th and 5th Commission districts. Next week on the agenda, we will have the canvass for this election. Tentatively, the results are out there on our webpage, and unofficial results show Chad Shimke as the new commissioner for the 4th District, and Mike Steben, the new commissioner for the 5th District. But there again, these are unofficial results, and we will wait until the canvass to produce those. We had about a 21% turnout.
21%.
Around 21%. So I'll have some other comments to make after the canvass next week, but just to let the board know and the public know, tentatively, those are our 2 new commissioners.
So we'll canvass next Wednesday.
We'll canvass next Wednesday. After the canvass, we will have Judge King do a swearing-in process for our 2 new commissioners. And April 10th, if all goes well, no recounts, the 2 commissioners will be seated with you 3.
We got a lot of stuff to do April 10th. And all the stuff we've been holding off till the new commissioners get here. But I'd like to take this time to recognize the candidates. We had some really good candidates. They ran really respectful campaigns. They were respectful to one another. You don't see that in today's political arena. I think we really do have good candidates, and they were very respectful. Even to the sitting commissioners, which are easy to throw under the bus. So, but.
All right, does anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay.
All right.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Janet.
We ready for the Mid-America Regional Council appointments to committees?
Yes, you have several committees with the new Public Works Director. Wanted to renew some appointments so that he can represent us on those sitting committees down at the Mid-America Regional Council. And Mr. Spickelmeyer is here, so he can assure you that I didn't just throw him on all these committees without first talking to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many others are you going to throw him on?
This is a start.
Oh,
We'll just
okay.
leave it
Just
at that.
begin. See how much money he can bring back to the county from Mid-America Regional Council, and then
There will be some additional appointments that will
Yeah.
need to be made in the future, like some alternates to these committees, but for now, these are the main ones we wanted to make sure. A couple of them we currently have no representation on.
okay. And that committee would be, the title of the committee, Mr. Spickelmeyer?
They're all listed in the formal board
Policy
action.
Committee, Full Highway Committee, and the Kansas STP Priorities
Okay.
Committee.
So is that your motion?
Yes, motion to approve Michael Spickelmeyer to the Highway Committee, the Kansas STP Priorities, and Transportation Policy Committee for Mid-America Regional Council.
Have a motion?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the Mr. Spickelmeyer's appointments? None? Voting?
Aye.
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 Thank you for willing to serve. All right, we ready for planning and zoning?
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. This is case number DEV 19018. The applicant is requesting a temporary special use permit for the Cool Hand Luke gravel grinder bicycle race on county roads, and they're also requesting a waiver of the $100 application fee. Cool Hand Luke gravel grinder will take place on Sunday, April 28th. Cyclists will travel on gravel roads throughout Leavenworth, Atchison, and Jefferson counties. They can complete a 25, 62, or 100-mile race. A correction from the staff report, the race will start at 419 Delaware Street in Leavenworth.
Okay.
It will conclude there by 5:30 p.m. Consumer Product Safety Commission approved helmets will be required to wear at all times. The applicant has also sent letters to the sheriff's office and has requested city permission. There will be support and gear vehicle for each of the 3 race routes. Staff recommends approval of case number DEV 19018, temporary special use permit for the Cool Hand Luke gravel grinder, subject to conditions. The applicant is present to answer any questions you may have. Thank
Okay.
you.
This requires a public hearing. We'll open up the public hearing portion of this. Anyone here from the public wishing to speak for or against this?
I'm Brendan Sheehan. I'm from Santa Fe Trails Bicycle Shop. We are promoting the Cool Hand Luke gravel grinder. This is our 5th year at this event. We had 216 riders last year. Everything was very successful. Every year it's built on it. In the past, we've done the event start and finished out on Dakota Street, out more in the county. This year, we are starting and finishing in downtown Leavenworth. Last night we got approved from downtown Leavenworth to block the streets for the start and finish of the event. It is a gravel grinder, which is kind of different from our other rides or races. There's no blocking of streets other than the start and finish that's required. And we do have an insurance policy for the county, for the city, and for the property holders.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess this is a question for staff. Have we ever waived the fee before?
I believe that it's been waived before. At one point, it was fairly common that these fees were waived, and then we went through
Okay.
a stretch where we did not waive
All right.
them anymore, but of course, it's up to the board.
Is this going to require anything from Public Works, signage, sweeping the roads off, or anything like that?
It's a gravel ride, so
Yeah, well, I know we've had some bicycle races where they all, they had a list of roads. We had to go sweep the road, the blacktop roads, the intersections and that.
the more dirt and gravel, the better.
Okay. Then have any questions?
So this is a not-for-profit
This
ride,
is,
right?
it is for profit. It is a promoted ride, and yes, it is.
So where does the proceeds go to?
Most of the proceeds go to running the ride. That's where we're going to go.
But I mean, the extra money
If
made
there's
off of
extra
it.
money, we'll put that into the future event.
Okay. Well, I guess what I'm getting at is it's not for making money, is it? Or is it?
It could make money.
Okay.
Hasn't thus far, but it could.
Okay. Because to me, when we waive the $100 fee is usually for not-profit.
Sure.
Alyssa's Ride.
Fundraisers.
Alyssa's Ride is a good example.
Sure.
They don't make any money off of it. It goes into
Donations.
and
Scholarship.
scholarships for kids. So I can see waiving the $100 fee if it's an event like that. But if it's
Right.
not, then I don't really see a purpose to waive the $100 fee. I don't have a problem with the permit though at all.
Sure.
So that's how I feel.
Okay. All right. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak on the gravel grinder permit? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing portion of this and go back in regular session. I'll entertain a motion on this.
I entertain a motion that we approve the case number 19018, request for permit for the ride,
Do you want to waive the fee?
but I'm not recommending waiving the $100 fee.
Doug, I'd be good at comment about that if you'd let me speak.
Public comments closed, Glenn.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. I just want them to go single file like they're supposed to. Because you gotta give them 3 foot, and if they're 5 wide, you gotta go into oncoming traffic and get around them.
Second.
Did you second?
That's all
All
right.
right.
Second.
Have a motion and a second? Okay. Any further discussion on this? Then voting.
Aye.
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 Yep.
This is case number DEV 19032. The applicant is requesting a temporary special use permit for the Bruce Edwards and Glenda Taylor Memorial Time Trial. This is a bicycle time trial, and they are also requesting a waiver of the $100 application fee. This event will take place on Saturday, April 27th, 2019, between 7:30 a.m. And 12 noon. The 6.2-mile course is an out-and-back layout on Round Prairie Road. Off-street parking will be available around 34175 Round Prairie Drive. Race participants must be licensed by the USA Cycling to participate, and each rider will also have insurance. The applicant has contacted the Sheriff's Department, and the course will be marked with traffic cones, chalk paint, mesh signage, and flags. Staff recommends approval of case number DEV 19032, temporary special use permit for the Bruce Edwards and Glenda Taylor Memorial Time Trial, subject to conditions. The applicant is present to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Okay. We'll open up a public hearing on case DEV 19-032. Anyone here wishing to speak in favor of this application?
Good morning. My name's Dave Romish. I'm the promoter of this event. Roger Harrison used to promote this, but he's kind of retiring and getting out of cycling because he's been doing this for about 30-some years. So, and this is in memory of Bruce Edwards, who died of ALS, and Glenda Taylor, who was unfortunately killed at a bike event about 4 years ago. So it's a financial losses race. I do an in-kind contribution to different organizations for them, but it's a memory of them for this event to continue it. The location's a great location. There's already no traffic with 3 sheriff deputies there. It's a very safe spot, and it's an ideal place for an event like this.
Okay.
Last year we had about 60 participants in this event. So.
And not asking for the application fee to be waived?
They did.
I did, but to be honest, that's more because of Roger asked me to ask that, and I'm more than happy to pay it.
Okay, because
I'm a very good pitchman or salesperson.
Well, even though, and he's willing to pay it, this is a not-for-profit
Right,
ride,
right?
But it does require, this is the one that you require to sweep the roads.
He has asked to sweep the roads, yes, so I'm more than happy to pay it. That's perfectly
Okay.
fine. Yes,
That's right,
Roger
I
does
forgot
ask for
about that.
Yeah, because,
That
Okay.
seemed
And
perfectly
that's-
fair to me, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, and which is my whole point, the reason we have a fee is to cover things like if we got to
Yeah.
sweep the road or prepare,
Absolutely.
the
I'd
organization
like to see
for
you
the.
get somebody to sweep the road for $100.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably a bargain I'm
I
guessing
mean, it's
as
a
well, too,
nominal.
so.
Yeah, it's a nominal fee, the time, the staff has put
Right.
into it. So that's, to me, what the fee is for. But like I said, if it's for not-for-profit, I see waiving the fee because it's a left pocket, right pocket thing.
Mhm.
But, that's just my opinion.
Okay. You have any questions, Commissioner?
No.
Okay. All right. Anyone's wishing to speak against this permit? Seeing none, we'll close this portion of the public hearing and we'll return to regular session. I'll entertain a motion on this.
I make a motion that we approve the temporary special use permit 19-032 for the bicycle ride, but we waive the $100 fee. is my motion.
Okay.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Voting?
Aye.
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 Okay.
I'm just trying to keep it
Thank you,
consistent.
Commissioner.
Okay. But
We
probably
did
not
something.
understand
We
the
did
way
something.
Public Works is swamped, they may not be able to get the roads swept to their liking, I guess.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we should have had that, but that's all right. Do we have an update from emergency management at this time?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Good
Kim.
morning.
Kim Buchanan, Emergency Management. I'm here today to ask for board approval for a local declaration of disaster for the ongoing flooding on the Missouri River.
Mm-hmm.
As you all know, March 13th, Leavenworth County went under flood warning until further notice. And while it's still in recession now, late Friday afternoon, we received a personal phone call from National Weather Service telling us they were going to up our crest to 31.5 feet, which put us in a scurry because that took the city of Leavenworth to a whole new action plan, an emergent action plan. And by late Friday night, it was apparent that it warranted this local declaration. And Chuck got a hold of Commissioner Smith and was able to get a signature from him on Saturday for our intent to go forth to the state of Kansas. And so I'm here today to ask for full board approval of this resolution.
Any questions of Kim?
None at all.
Are we close to meeting our threshold?
Okay, so there's two prongs to the threshold. You have to meet it locally, which would be Leavenworth County, the municipalities, anybody involved. It's 288,000 is our threshold. We've got some pretty big things going on with the Waterworks Department and the city of Leavenworth.
Sewer
I
treatment.
can't speak for Atchison County because I really haven't heard a whole lot of loss coming out of there, but Donovan County has, they sustain substantial losses.
Do Corps of Engineer levies count?
They do to some points, and like the Hildebrandt Road.
Yes.
It's still not uncovered yet, so it's an unknown to us what's happening there. Hopefully sometime by tomorrow, we should be able to get out and take a good look at that,
Okay.
because we're at 26.
But you don't know,
funding.
you don't know if the levee
I
breached?
do know that there's a highly suspected failure of the Grape Schwartz Bowen levee.
The north, yeah.
Of the Hildebrandt Island. We've asked the state to do a flyover photo for us so we can see if there's been, but it is highly suspected that that one failed.
Okay. And then on that, we have to wait for the Corps to come in and come say what they're going to do and when they're going to do it.
When they're going to do it.
Do you need a flyover today or tomorrow? We can get that done.
Are you volunteering? We just have not heard our definitive back from the state, but I'm sure they will be doing their flyovers. So.
Okay.
Okay. So do them dollars count if it's an estimate on that levee repair toward our threshold of pain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we're not going to have any trouble meeting this.
No, I don't think, but then again, that's our part of it. Then there's the state side of it. Collectively, we have to meet $4.2 million, but like I said, Donovan County has sustained substantial loss,
Right.
so.
Okay.
I don't have any preliminary numbers to give you on that. Everybody's still
Right.
recording because it's an ongoing event still.
And I'm hoping you're not going to come back every month with a new flood.
I hope not, but I can tell you the city of Leavenworth is prepared to keep their sandbags up through at least June because we think there's going to be a lot of rebounding because we haven't seen the mountain snowpack yet.
Okay, so you're asking for
Full
someone to
board.
make a motion for a declaration, a disaster declaration, is that correct?
Resolution.
I do not have the resolution.
I have a copy of it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Mhm.
Just to give it
Give it
It's
to
a
Becky.
declaration of disaster, has it got a resolution number or anything?
I did not number it at this point because I was not sure
And, you know, while he's looking, the coordination that went into responding to what was happening in the city of Leavenworth Friday night and Saturday was phenomenal, and I really appreciate you guys and the Public Works Department for.
Thank you. I agree. It was phenomenal.
It was.
In the city.
And the private businesses that stepped up.
Absolutely. I said
That
just all
was-
of the working together and coordination was wonderful to see.
Yes.
In the city of Leavenworth, council told me last night to tell Leavenworth County, thank you for donating the employees. Did we donate resources, equipment?
The light tower and.
They have a light tower. They had 9 Public Works employees sandbagging, filling sandbags Friday night.
Yeah.
We've given them any equipment they want. So.
Yeah, they said to tell you guys, thank you very
And
much.
it's all employees that have lots of years at the county. So it's not their first time at doing this. 93 was tough.
Yes, it was.
And 11,
Well,
2011, we had.
And luckily, we've done some things since then, you know, learning.
Yeah,
Like
lessons
that flood wall.
learned.
That flood
Yeah.
wall did very good.
Dave, does this need to be a special resolution? Or?
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, it can be a special resolution and outside your numerical system.
Okay.
So I make a motion that we approve resolution special number 1 to approve the disaster relief.
Declaration.
Okay, have a motion to approve the resolution for the disaster declaration. Do you have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any further discussion on this?
Be 2019-1.
All right,
No.
then voting.
Aye.
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 Thank you
Just
very
one more
much.
question,
Oh,
Kim.
yeah.
I wish Mr. Spiegelmeyer was here, but Jefferson County did a disaster declaration for the roads. Do you know anything about that?
Jefferson County?
Jefferson County did a disaster declaration for the winter storms and the damage it done to all the roads.
I
think that-
was unaware of that
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
I could look into it and get some information.
I mean,
from
I know how
Jeffers.
much tracking is involved with making that claim and all your roads, and I was just kind of surprised that they.
That's probably so that they can issue temporary debt to make repairs.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because, and no warrant, they can do no warrant bonds
Oh,
if
okay.
needed.
'Cause I
I don't think it's
wouldn't-
to get reimbursed for
Well,
the
it's kind of what
damages, but
it sounds like. It's like a FEMA request.
Because again, it would have to be that the state would declare
Okay.
a disaster.
Well, if
you know.
they do
Let's-
get it, the next
Trust me,
county, and we ought to get
county
it
and the
also.
state had a hard winter.
But it
so.
said, their declaration, I think, said that was, most, if not all, roads were affected by it. And, you know, we kind of fall into that category also.
I'll check with Keith Jeffers from Jefferson County and see what I can find out.
Okay, all right, thank you.
I do know, I drove over there, and they were worse than ours, so.
Okay.
But if we can do that too, yeah, look into that.
Okay. Anything
All
else?
right, nope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We want to welcome Mr. Stephen.
Yes.
They've been doing some flyovers for us. But this one's kind of out of their
So-
jurisdiction. I need them to go up into Atchison County to take this one.
So we have a full board here today. We have Mr. Stevens has made it in.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Is there any other business for the board this time?
No.
Okay. The Council on Aging, the dinner, is it in April, the fundraiser?
I believe so. It's on our calendar. I don't know the exact date.
Okay.
But I can.
I just want to make sure we get it out there and advertised. Good. And I'm going to attend the Port Authority here at 11:30. So I'm going to go to that. I went to the Baser State of the City address last week with the mayor. Go to City Council meeting tonight. And then next, on April 2nd, the Tongi Business Association's having a dinner at the Deer Ridge place. I'm going to attend that. And I think that's about it. Well, I went to the Mid-America Regional Council meeting yesterday. I brought you guys packets.
Thank you.
Read the elderly abuse one.
I sat down with it when I came in.
That was a good one.
Yes, it is.
So,
Our Attorney General is on that issue.
yes. Yeah, and we'll, come June, we'll have to do a proclamation and stuff like that.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
Anyways, what do you got going on, Commissioner Cos?
Well, tomorrow is the Mental Health Task Force meeting.
Okay.
Again, we're meeting every other week at the Guidance Center. And went to the Lansing Council meeting, Live Well Leavenworth, Suicide Prevention Coalition meetings. Let's see, didn't write them all down. Just different community meetings and organization meetings that we've been asked to participate in.
You didn't sandbag?
I just went and watched.
Okay. All right. Well, I think they had plenty of help.
Yeah, they had plenty of help. And it was amazing watching Geiger's trucks
Yeah.
pour the sand into the large containers. It was really cool to watch that. No, 93, I was down in there sandbagging.
Yeah. That was,
So we've come a long way.
yeah, we have. Yeah. Commissioner Culberson?
I've been gone for a week and a half, so I haven't been to a lot, but I made it to the city of Leavenworth council meeting last night. Like I said before, they said thank you very much for donating our employees for the sandbagging effort. And I had a question about my messages were inundated with Millwood Road Bridge, so I wanted to see if we could get like at least a monthly meeting set up on that to keep us updated on progress on the bridge over Stranger on Millwood Road. Just kind of asking where we're at on that right now and get on a regular schedule for updates.
Yeah, it'll be, once we start moving forward with anything, it'll be on your weekly update that we put out. We're currently working on the documentation necessary to do a design bid process so that we can speed up the construction as much as possible. That allows us the shortest window. But it does require some certain documents. But I've been working with the Public Works Director and the County Councilor on getting that prepared. But it is it's our top priority right now as far as getting that moving forward.
Okay. Did we decide if we could do a design build in one?
We can. And I did ask, now that the Public Works Director is here, I did sit down and talk with him about whether he believed that would be our shortest route to completion, and he did feel that would be the quickest turnaround. But it does require a little prep work on our side, so we're trying to get that done.
Okay.
And I'd like at some point, once we bring on our two newest commissioners, to schedule a work session so that we can discuss topics that we have kind of put on hold and to bring the new commissioners up to speed and for us to all be able to communicate on our ideas of these different things that are going on. So
I think we have 4 or 5 subjects that that have come up recently that we've asked to wait until the new commission takes their seat, and then we'll have work sessions on those items.
Right, and they'll take more than one work session. So
yeah,
just find the days and the times to.
They've been attending the meetings, so
Right.
they're not going to get blindsided, but.
Right.
Anyways. Okay. Then if we don't have anything else, we'll adjourn.